the push to get rid of the filibuster. Blake, explain to our audience again the significance of the filibuster, because this is being met with massive opposition from Joe Manchin, Kyrsten Sinema.
Both leaving, though.
Yeah, so what is the, like, tell us what are the components of the filibuster?
So what the filibuster is in the Senate, you need a majority of votes to pass something, 50 votes or 51 votes or 50 plus the vice president, Kamala, right now. But they have rules that govern how the Senate works, and some of those rules govern debate. And what a filibuster is when someone refuses to allow debate to end. And what they've done with the rules is they say you need 60 votes to force an end to debate. They call this cloture. And if you are not able to end debate, there's no time limit on it, so they can just perpetuate it indefinitely. And so this used to be a pretty rare thing, and it used to be like to filibuster, you'd have to physically keep talking. So you
like
occasionally
Strom Thurmond?
Strom Thurmond did it for, I think, 24 hours to oppose.
More. I think it was 27. I'm going to look
something
it up.
like that, yeah. And so it used to be that way, but over time, there's been this move towards making it more sclerotic, not able to do stuff. So now you can just filibuster forever, and you don't need to be physically talking. So it's essentially become you need 60 votes to pass anything. Now, this is something of a legal fiction because you can get rid of the filibuster by majority vote.
It is not in this.
It's not in that.
I want to be very clear. It is not in the U.S. Constitution that I'm holding up right now.
It is purely a norm that the Senate maintains, and you can get rid of it. So, for example, you used to be able to filibuster Supreme Court nominees. The GOP got rid of that so they could get Gorsuch on the court. You could filibuster lower court nominees. I think Obama got rid of that one.
Well, that's right. So Obama got rid of it first for circuit court.
And then the Supreme Court was still there.
McConnell took the precedent, and because remember, McConnell said you're going to regret doing this.
Yes.
And then McConnell went. We win, and we get Amy Coney Barrett, Gorsuch, and Kavanaugh.
It almost works like it's kind of like it's like nuclear war, or like military escalation. Like you can escalate back and forth. And so, in theory, you could get rid of the filibuster for anything.
They used it for the Inflation Reduction Act.
Yes. Oh, so that was – did they get rid of the filibuster, or was it that technically the filibuster doesn't apply to –
Not sure. There was one of the –
reconciliation. That was a part of Obamacare.
Yeah, no, that's correct. Yeah, because of Scott Brown winning in Massachusetts.
And so there's all these complexities to it. And what is ultimately the case is you can just get rid of the filibuster by majority vote. So what's funny about the filibuster is it doesn't quite protect the minority the way people say it does. What it actually does is it protects the majority from votes they don't really want to take, and they need a political excuse for not doing. That's why Republicans loved it so much. Oh, can't pass, can't secure the border. We don't have 60 votes. Sorry, guys. Whereas if there was no filibuster, they would have to be much more overt that we actually kind of support open borders.
So that's a really good summary. Thank you, Blake. And on that, this is Joe Manchin saying he will not endorse Kamala Harris because of this. Play cut 63.
I think I've been very clear my whole career is that the 60-vote threshold that we basically operate under in the Senate is essential.
Would you endorse her for president then?
I'm not endorsing. I'm not endorsing.
Secondly, this is, let's go here, cut 56 on CNN about the filibuster. Now that she has said that she would got the Senate filibuster rules and her passed a measure, Manchin tells us this morning he will not endorse Harris for president. He's one of the staunchest supporters of the filibuster. Play cut 56.
Now that she has said that she would gut the Senate's filibuster rules in order to pass a measure to preserve abortion rights, Manchin tells us this morning that he will not endorse Harris for president. He is one of the staunchest supporters of the filibuster in the Senate. Manchin argues that it is essential to forcing bipartisan consensus and compromise in the Senate. It is in the minority of Democrats in particular who are pushing to gut this altogether because it would lower the threshold for advancing legislation from 60 votes to 51 if Kamala Harris had her way.
So they're basically trying to set the precedent here that the filibuster is not going to mean anything, and we're going to use whatever is at our disposal to do what?
So this time they're using row because that's that's their winning issue. They never shut up about abortion. But you have to understand, Democrats don't say this is not get rid of the filibuster for this and it's totally around for everything. Democrat activists want to get rid of it for the whole shebang. They're thinking this is why we can't get the Green New Deal climate stuff. This is why we can't
amnesty.
This is why we can't get amnesty. This is why we can't get statehood for all these. This is why we can't pack the courts. And that's what the key thing. The real key thing is pack the courts, because then you can just have a court say all the other stuff is required. It's the Constitution.
This is vital in a modern era for checks and balances. Kamala wants to get rid of it to bring in a radically communist agenda to the country. Pay attention. If she wins, watch out.